What's going on, people? Welcome back. OnlyFacts Sports Podcast. You already know what it is. Episode 39. Shane is currently out in the sticks, and we've been trying to
Facts.
make this happen. Shane, his
Levels,
service.
yeah. I'll be honest, yeah, we do this for you, though, innit? Because there was a time, like earlier in our career, where we'd have just not gone. We just said we were gonna skip a week, but we're not trying to skip
100%.
no weeks, bro. We're trying to
100%.
all 52 weeks this year. We're gonna do.
100%. I'm going to be live for Arsenal versus Liverpool tomorrow, which is obviously going to be a big game. Big game. There's big games on tonight. Man City's playing. Man United is playing, I think, as well tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Shane don't like to do match reactions, but we're trying to do more football content away from just the watch along. So we're trying to figure some stuff out. But the whole thing is Shane's service may drop because he's off in the countryside somewhere. As you lot know, Shane, very passionate, loves England, likes to travel all of England and be in the English countryside, which is where he is right now. But yeah, Only Facts Sports episode 39. Please do like the video, subscribe. The channel's been growing. We're on the road to 5K. Do you know what I'm saying? It helps us out a lot. If you like the video, puts us more in people's algorithm, grow the community, all that good stuff. You already know what it is. One place to start.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's retirement. Is it a retirement? Apparently there's a message coming out of his camp from his uncle that he's going to retire. It's not confirmed yet. We spoke last week with CCP as well. And I think that a retirement for me would be the best case scenario. I've
I
said that
I
before.
I want to know, like, where the sources that said it. Obviously, his uncle came out and said it and all of that, but sometimes you don't see smoke without fire in it. So I feel like it's the fact that no one's come out and from the AJ camp and disproved it. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Yeah.
someone called AJ a murderer, someone would have said no, he ain't murdered no one. Obviously, it's more severe, but it does give you a gauge of the response. And I haven't heard anyone say, "Well, AJ shouldn't retire." Do you know what I'm saying?
No, and I've been very critical of Anthony Joshua, and also let us say, we said it last week, we'll say it again. Rest in peace to the two brothers. I had a couple of friends that were at their funerals. In Islamic faith, when someone passes away, there's a certain
Swear.
amount. Yeah. I told you they're friends of friends. Do you know what I'm saying? So my boy Shiraz specifically, he's in AJ's gym in Finchley. We spoke to him before, and they're all North African brothers. Um, and I saw someone saying that they understand why. Who was it? Was it Ronaldo didn't go to someone's funeral? And they said
Jota. Ronaldo didn't go
yes,
to
yes.
Jota's
Because sorry,
funeral.
I was thinking I knew it was Ronaldo and Jota, but I was thinking why are they connected? They're both Portuguese, aren't they? But people were taking videos of AJ at the funeral and stuff like that. And someone on Twitter said I can see why Ronaldo actually at the time we thought he was just being very egotistical, saying I'm not going because I'll be the star of the show, but actually you could see that like a lot of people were like, because obviously AJ is the big talking point. Is he going to retire? What's his mindset like? Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, in the Islamic faith,
AJ was in the actual accident as well.
exactly. And in the Islamic faith, for those of you that don't know, the funeral has to happen within a certain period of time. It has to happen. It's quite quickly. It's quite fast. I don't know if it's 5 days or
I
seven
think it's
days, but
3 days. I think it's
something
three
like
days.
that. Yeah, it's quite a fast turnaround type thing. So rest in peace to the two brothers. And I've been very critical of AJ from a mental perspective. Very critical and very skeptical of AJ from a mental perspective. I've not thought as a heavyweight champion he's been as mentally strong as some of the people we've seen in the past. Maybe that's an unfair expectation because all of us are not as mentally strong as our grandparents and great grandparents were in the 60s and 70s and 80s. So maybe that's an unrealistic, unfair expectation. But with regards to this crash, this is not something that would affect a mentally weak person. This is something that would affect anybody.
Anyone.
Anybody at all. Do you know what I mean? Like it's very, very, me and Shane have had certain conversations off camera and with different friends of mine and whatever. Not everyone has been around violent death. A lot of people. There are some people that haven't
Or
experienced death, period.
unexpected. You know what I'm saying?
Unexpected and um quite
Gory.
quite gory visual death that will stick with you. Do you know what I'm saying? From a visual perspective. And I just don't think, I'm a big advocate of people going into the ring as physically healthy and as mentally healthy as possible. And I don't know how mentally healthy you can be, even if we're mentally strong. I'm talking about mentally healthy to go into the ring and go and engage in the sport that we engage in, especially a sport. Last thing I'll say before I pass over to you, Shane, but especially a sport which is very, very unforgiving. If AJ goes in there and has a bad day, a flashback, a PTSD, looks like a deer in headlights and gets knocked out or gets knocked down or whatever, especially against someone like a Tyson Fury, nobody will give
It,
AJ any type of defense or
of
anything.
course,
They won't let him get away with that.
and you got to bear in mind he was in the crash. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he was physically in the crash. He could have lost his life. I keep saying to people, when you all, if you're AJ seems like a very spiritual individual. He talks about like he talks very spiritual. Let's take him at face value and say he's a very spiritual individual. You would look at it as your life's been spared. Are you then gonna risk your life again in the sport of boxing? Because people don't understand. When you box, you're risking your life. Do you know what I'm saying?
People
Like,
give people still give. I don't want to say excuses is the wrong way to describe it, but people still give allowances to say Anthony Yard because a member of his family passed away or his parent passed away in the build up to the Lyndon Arthur fight. People give those types of allowances to people for back, people have had kids pass away and different things like that, and that's then these are not people that are at the level of Anthony Joshua. Now, fortunately for him, he's at the tail end of his career, and any fights are sort of cash out
and he's
fights. I
already
mean,
rich.
he's already rich. This isn't at a point financially where it's like just before the Klitschko fight or something like that. But that's the thing, because he's so rich and he's so successful, he
It's
don't need
easy.
it.
It's easy. It's
He don't
easy.
need it. He don't need it. That the extra benefit, in my opinion, is not worth it. And I don't
Me as well,
want.
bro, because I feel
I
like you're never gonna exceed what you've already accomplished. Me and Nick have said it ad nausea on this channel. He has overachieved way more versus ability. What he's accomplished, he shouldn't have accomplished. He's already accomplished that. So you continuing to fight, I just see it as diminishing returns.
and I'm already seeing certain people in the boxing media. Boxing to me is a disgusting sport at times. Sport in general, no one cares about anyone. Life in general, business in general, no one don't care about you. But already I'm seeing some people saying his friends would have wanted him to continue. He's got to, do it in their honor. And I'm just like, bro, man ain't trying to hear that. In no other job, boxing, professional boxing is a job. It's what you do to pay your bills. In no other job, yeah, if I'm an estate agent and I'm in a car crash and my two brethren die, I don't want people telling me my brethren would have wanted me to sell properties in their honor and that. Man ain't trying to hear all that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we wouldn't do it to a footballer. If Saka was in that crash, we would not be saying, hurry up and get back to the pitch. How long until you're back to the pitch? Do you know what I'm saying? Your friends would want you back on the pitch. That all of that comes later. Like we got some people come out of these types of situations a different
And
person.
I don't think it's for them to say. I think
Exactly.
if AJ says he's gonna fight on and he says he's gonna fight in their honor, the reason why that's the idiot thing is, what if he lose? Do you know what I'm saying? What if he comes back
The
and
thing
gets struck
is,
up? Do you know what I'm
even if
saying?
even
Like,
if it's an idiot thing, though, at least it comes from him. At least it comes from
no, but
him.
I'm saying, let's say he doesn't want to fight, but he's listening to the narrative of fighting in
Got
their
you,
honor.
got you. Yeah,
When you
yeah,
then lose, what did you lose in their honor as well? Do you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense, bro.
That makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
No,
Unless AJ decides within himself that's what he's fighting for, because you can use that as fuel. I've seen fighters do it 100 times. You use trauma and fear and pain as fuel. I've seen fighters do that. I don't even need to list. I've seen it. So, but
have you
you
seen
have to
fighters
do
do
that.
it? Have you seen fighters do it with this type of situation though?
Yeah.
I've seen. What would be the closest? Would you say?
Well, obviously, the thing that directly, obviously, it wasn't like gory, but Povetkin and his dad. Do you know what I'm saying? You're
It's not the
Povetkin.
same.
Well, let me explain.
Yeah.
Povetkin, your dad brought you into the sport. He grew you through the sport. It's not the same. You're 100% right. It's not the same because it's not as severe. But he was still able to take something not as severe and become world champion. Do you know what I'm
I've
saying?
seen.
You
But
can
this
still
this
turn
this
a
is my
negative
thing.
into a positive.
I hear you, but I don't. With the experience that AJ's been, we're all gonna lose our parents one day. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I've seen people in boxing, their brother's been shot dead on the block because their brother's from the hood or whatever the case may be. Like I mentioned, Yard, he had a parent that passed away. Povetkin had a parent that passed away. All of that is sad. I don't know that I have seen in the world of boxing in my lifetime something like this. The
I mean,
nature of
I'll
the
give you an
nature
example.
also the other thing is that this is in the social media age where AJ, normally if you're in a car crash, you don't watch your car crash back. Do you know what I'm saying? If you get stabbed or shot on the roads, you don't typically watch the footage back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with the way the videos are going around, it's not just what happened and what he saw, but it's the fact that he's seen those videos coming back around somewhere in his algorithm. 100% he's seen them. And
I give you a couple
it's
examples.
go on. I want to hear if there's any examples really like that I think are
I mean,
parallel to what we're hearing.
obviously, another example is obviously Kevin Farmer gets shot and then he becomes world champion. You know what I'm saying? He personally gets shot, not with somebody else. He personally gets shot. But the reverse is Robert Easter Jr. got shot and retired and never fought again. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have it both ways, right? It
Yeah,
depends on how you personally deal with that. Depends on how you deal with that. And that's
yeah.
why I'm saying, us on the outside, we can't make that decision for him, bro. When Tyson was saying that he used the fact that the fuel of trauma that used to happen in his life to fight, and he used that fear that he used to have when he was a kid in the ring, is certain man would have used that fear and jumped off a bridge. Do you know what I'm saying? How you use that emotion that you're feeling, because he's feeling the emotion, is down to you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you saw, did you see Gerald Miller's video?
No.
Gerald Miller done a video on Instagram. It's out. He said, "I'm not a big fan of AJ, as everybody knows." And in the video, he actually ended up crying. You're probably not gonna like the video. You're probably gonna ridicule the video or whatever. But he made a good point in the video where he's like, one of the things that he was able to distinguish is like, for me, obviously the obvious is it's bigger than life is bigger than
Boxing.
boxing, but bro, I would want to. He even said I would want to speak to AJ, bro, and make him acknowledge the fact that, bro, you're. This isn't about AJ still looking at himself as AJ. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else is looking at him as AJ.
Yeah,
He's still looking.
come off your pedestal,
Yeah, that's
put
what he
that
was trying to
down,
say.
and be a
Yeah,
human being on a
you gotta
human
be a
being level.
human in this
Yeah,
circumstance. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like you almost gotta realize that you're mortal. Do you know what I'm saying? Because boxing of all sports, you have to build this layer of invincibility because you're doing something that not any man can do. And every time I say this all the time, there's certain fighters that will lose one fight and retire because the person that they look in the mirror, they don't recognize anymore.
This
You
is
know,
this is the difference between AJ and Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson on the road. I'm not trying to disrespect AJ at all. I'm trying to pick my words carefully. Mike Tyson was the type of character that you could take that trauma and that pain and put it in the right direction. And he had been doing that. Customato had been helping him do that from 12, 13, 14 years old. I don't know that Mike, that AJ, he had some rough spells like all teenagers do, but again, not disrespectfully, we laugh at the "I grew up with people who nearly went to jail" quote. AJ's not someone who has that real spiteful fire. I don't
and
think that he
even
and
if he did, he's
yeah,
not that person today.
yeah,
We're talking
hundred
about
percent.
a multi-millionaire who has several business ventures outside. He's had to put on a completely different hat. Plus, bro, I keep saying he survived. He survived the crash, bro. So I know my meds is different. If I survive, bro, I look I look at life different from this point onwards. Nick, you know, because you've had life and death situations where things go wrong, you're not living tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You now look at life different. Nick always says to me, "Oh, you've never had someone try to take your life before." Do you know what I'm saying? So when we have those conversations, Nick talks about certain things like it's easy because for him, he just brings himself back to the point where, right, I've always like I have to say it in a roundabout way. If someone threatened Nick's life and someone threatened my life, Nick's going to second guess his decision, decisions less than I
But it
do.
is like if somebody threatens, generally speaking, I remember when I first went to a white middle class school when I got moved out of my area, and there were some little white middle class posh boys that was just annoying me, and I must have said something like "I'll fuck you up" or "I'll punch you up," whatever, and they just giggled. And I went home and I said to my mum, like these youths, like they're just giggling. Why? What's so funny? And my mum said they've never seen someone be punched in the face before. So they think you're joking. Like they don't think that you're being serious. And so
Yeah,
as a result, if there's people out there that if somebody threatens their life, they don't take that threat seriously. They're not
facts,
taking it seriously. If you know what I'm saying, there's other people that take that threat extremely seriously
facts.
and extremely literally. Do you know what I mean? And when you've been in a life and death situation, you take these things literally. Even for an opponent, I don't think it's fair for an opponent. An opponent is going to go and fight AJ, let's say a random opponent, and the shit that you might normally talk, you might second guess how you're going to talk. You might normally say, I'll take your fucking head off. You might not say that.
Facts.
How's that going to affect you? It's going to affect everything. How are we going to, how, do you know what I'm saying? How does that help? Obviously, there's money. Yeah, it's money. Yeah, anyone can go in there and beat AJ and make a few million, 100%. I don't begrudge no one making money. But on a human level, like, what does that do? Does that change your performance? Is that, what are we doing here? What are we
Facts.
doing here?
Facts. I just don't see a world where, bro. For
It's
me,
not good for, it's a no-win situation
for
for
everyone.
anyone.
For
For
everyone.
anyone. There's
Because
only
even if
one
you beat
person.
AJ, if you
Go
even
on.
if you beat AJ, you're gonna be like, raw. Well, you just beat an AJ that just come out of the crash. Because that's what happened with Crawford and Spence. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, he had a
Crawford and
crash.
Spence's thing wasn't as traumatic as.
No, it wasn't.
Do you know
But
what I'm
they
saying?
that's what I'm saying. So if
Yeah,
they're saying it for Crawford and Spence, they're
yeah,
definitely gonna say if you beat AJ. If Fury
yeah.
beats AJ, oh, you only beat AJ because you had the crash. You know what I'm saying?
And I
You
was
know what I'm
gonna
saying?
say, speaking of the man himself, I was gonna say there's only one person that benefits from this, and one person that I think is a low down scumbag who would benefit from this, and that's the man himself, Tyson Fury. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I predicted, not even just me, I want to act like I'm some boxing science aficionado, but we all knew if AJ looked vulnerable, or we said we didn't think it was going to happen like this, but we all said the very next time AJ looks very vulnerable, Tyson Fury is going to be ready. And coincidentally, after the crash, Tyson Fury starts talking about his
I
comeback and posting video.
no,
And
but
I even think this brother is such an attention whore. I think there's part of him that doesn't like or gets
I
jealous that
was
AJ
gonna
is getting
say
attention.
that, bro. I was
Honestly,
gonna say that. It's not even. There's not part of me. I'm 100% in
yeah,
agreement with that statement. I
yeah.
think AJ is now become. He's getting the sympathy of the public. You
He's
know what I'm saying?
the media darling kind of thing, right? He's getting the sympathy.
Facts.
Yeah, yeah,
And the attention is now turning towards AJ. And Fury being the person he is just don't like it, bro. So you
yeah.
see him overweight with his t-shirt off boxing.
If say that again, are you still there? Yeah, your service went a bit funny.
Yeah, I'm still here. 1 second. Let me put on do not disturb because people keep phoning me.
Yeah, yeah. Really, if we're professionals, people would have do not disturb on before we start the show. But that's cool. That's a different conversation. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I saw it, and my foot. Maybe I'm cynical. Maybe I've been in boxing for too long. Maybe I've taken too many punches to the head. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, undefeated amateur. I'm gonna start doing the. You know what? You know what Carl Froch does? I'm gonna start doing that as well. What's going on, people? My name is Nick Francis, undefeated amateur boxer. Just I'm gonna start doing that for every intro. But yeah, but maybe I'm cynical, but I just thought the same thing. I saw it and thought, you fucking scumbag, bro. You absolute scumbag. Anything to get a little bit of attention
Because he could
or
have done this at any time. He could have
anytime.
done this at any time.
Yeah.
He could have done it at any time. He could have done it at any time, bro. That was AJ's first fight in the entire year. He never had fought the whole year. He could have done it after. He could have done it after a
The
Tama
very
verse fight.
last time I saw Tyson Fury anywhere in the media was when AJ said about Jake Paul, like, if I do serious damage to him, I do damage to him. And Tyson Fury was talking about that. You don't center anything that you do around yourself. Everything you do
Facts.
is around Anthony Joshua. Do you know what I'm saying? And we probably will see him, come back. I won't be surprised if he feels that
I
there's an
feel sorry
opportunity.
for it. I swear down. If AJ ever fought Fury and Fury lost, I feel sorry for Fury, bro. Mentally, I don't think he'll come back.
I think they would both really struggle mentally, and I think that the media and the general public. We spoke last week about psychopaths and sociopaths, and someone put a comment saying you can't say people are psychopaths if they're immune to violence or whatever. I disagree, but I feel like there is a certain section of the boxing fans that would love to see a fight because they've grown up with Rocky and all these types of stories. They'd love to see a fight of two men really at the edge of their career, but at the edge of their mental health as well. I think that actually there's an element, when we look back at Mike Tyson and how overrated he is in the public consciousness. Do you know what I'm saying? If you go to anyone on the street who don't really follow boxing and say, name me a boxer, Mike Tyson might be more iconic to this generation than Muhammad Ali was. Do you know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And that's really because of his story and his energy and whatever. He was not the boxing. There's people out there that have accomplished a lot more. He was the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. And he's my favorite fighter. I'm not even trying to shit on him, but I do think that, you know, we speak about this all the time, that boxing has no real oversight and well-being for the boxers. Not at all.
No.
Because I think if AJ digs himself out of the mentally dark place he must be in to fight Tyson Fury, and if he loses, that's really, really like the worst genuinely could happen. And with Tyson Fury, if he loses to AJ, the worst genuinely could happen. And in any other profession, you would just tell that person to stay away from it. If you were a lawyer,
I agree. I
yeah,
agree.
if you were a
I
lawyer and
agree.
you were going to take on a case and you knew, or anyone around you knew, if you lose this case, this it could really be the end of this person, they would just say, don't take the case. Don't date that gal. Don't drink that drink. Don't sniff that line, whatever it might be. And in the world of boxing, when there's just everyone cares about money, they will really push these people to go to the deepest, darkest
But
places.
but it's a never ending story in this sport, bro. Like it's
I
a
just want it
never ending.
documented. I just want it documented because we'll come back here in a year, 2 years, 3 years. Never want to say, "Oh,
No,
how,
but
we never knew," and I'll be like, "Bro, we
bro,
did know."
for me, yeah, one of the greatest commentators in boxing history, Howard Cosell, retired from ever doing boxing and hated boxing because he said boxing is it shouldn't be continued as a sport. He literally vouched the rest of his life to stop boxing. He did not think boxing should continue as a sport. And I feel like the more and more you get into boxing and understand the safety precautions, remove your hat of being a lover of the sport and just look at it logically. The people, no, you know what, bro? This is going to bring me to my next point. So I'm so glad we brought this up. I'm going to talk about it more in depth. But the people who control the sport, whether it's the promoters, whether it's the sanctioning bodies or the governing bodies, they don't care enough about the safety of the fighter. And we're going to talk about that in a second when we talk about Matthias and Dalton Smith. Do you know what I'm saying? But they don't care about the safety precautions of the fighter. So long as it's making money, they don't care. And if you ask FIFA, not even FIFA, FIFA is a bad example. If you ask the head of, give me a sport, Formula One, whoever the head of Formula One is, what their primary responsibility is, they would say to protect every driver. If you ask the
If
W,
you look at the safety precautions in Formula One, fucking hell, bro.
it's mad.
I've seen man crash and their entire body be on fire, and they've climbed out of the fire with cuts and bruises because they've put so much money into the
Bro,
development of the security
I
of the
was
drivers.
talking to my cousin the other day, yeah, and in cricket there was a guy named Phil Hughes who died. Bro, in cricket it's similar to planes. You see, if a person dies one way, they will never die that way again. They will
Mm.
never die that way again because they will just change the rules so it never happens again. You see in boxing, I've seen, bro. For me, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna go as far as saying this. If Eddie Hearn I'll be honest, if Eddie Hearn don't vocally tell AJ don't fight no more, bro, I feel like all this
and
talk about
us and us if AJ were to get back in the ring, I don't want to see Eddie condemn it because again I understand business whatever, but I want to see Eddie tell IFL and Seconds Out and all these man, I told AJ on a personal level, or I want to hear AJ say, Eddie told me not to fight. I'm here
facts,
because I want to fight. Eddie told me not to fight. I want a list of people that are around you that told you not to fight. Because
literally.
I'm looking at everybody sideways. I'm looking at it's like bro. If if it's like me walking into a house party and I see a gal in there on a table where I know she's underage, I'm looking at every man around you sideways, bro. I'm looking at whoever's coaching you, I'm looking at them sideways. Whoever's your cut man, I'm looking at them sideways. Whoever's your whatever rapper you're walking out with, I'm looking at them sideways. Whoever you're around at that time, I'm really looking at you and thinking, because there should be people, whether you call Rob McCracken or whether you call whoever, there should be people, Igor, whatever, that say, bro, nah, bro, I can't be involved in this, bro.
Facts.
This is actually the part of the Rocky movies that people leave out. There's people
Facts.
that will say, no, leave it. No, I'm not doing this
I'm
no
not
more.
doing
I'm
it,
not
bro.
doing this no more, bro. I've
I'm
patched
not
you up
doing
too
that.
many times. I've done this too many times, and I know where this is gonna go. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see again. I tell people all the time, since records began, there's roughly around 10 to 12 deaths in boxing every single year. In the last 10, 15 years, that's come down on average. There's about 5 or 6 deaths every year.
No,
So
but
people
it depends on, bro. Do you know why you can't say that?
Mhm.
Because You're talking about direct deaths. What about the indirect deaths, bro? What about the indirect deaths? We can't even measure that. We can't even measure
It's
that,
facts.
bro. Do you
It's
know what I'm
facts.
saying? We can't
Man,
even
man,
measure
man,
that.
man will say that the people that are the most successful in boxing are also some of the victims of boxing. You could say Ricky Hatton was a victim of boxing.
Of
His
course. But what
success was boxing, but he's a victim of boxing at the same
Nick,
time.
what about the man that was 12 and 56? 56 losses with 50 knockouts, and he dies when he's 60. Nobody don't investigate them man's
No
death
one
because
don't
they're
care. Yeah,
journeymen. No one don't care about these man. You don't know what happened to these man, bro. We're just
yeah,
talking about the deaths that happen in the ring. And that's still mad. That is still mad. That is
yeah,
still mad.
yeah,
But bro, man, them don't take this sport serious, bro. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, you can't compare boxing to any other sport when it comes to psychology, bro. The
no,
man that walks in the ring is not the same man that walks out the ring. It's not the same man, bro. This is the only sport I see two men hate each other. And they have fight for 12 rounds and they can still hug each other. It's the only sport you can see it. And to
yeah,
be honest, bro, when I used to, me and my brother would box, yeah, and I would be vexed with my brother. And when I finished boxing, I don't have, because, bro, there's some form of energy exchange where you
yeah.
just have
It's
to
emotion. It's
respect.
emotionally draining. It's
It's
emotionally draining.
emotionally draining, bro. So when you see AJ on his head top in front of 90,000, that's a different level of shame, bro. It's a different level of shame. Certain man can't even lose on FIFA without sending man to certain man's house. So that's what I'm saying. It's a different level of shame, fam. I'm
But
being
it's not. It's
serious,
not
bro.
this. No, no. But it's not. It's not the shame though. Like AJ losing, we laughed. It's a viral clip on the channel. We laughed. AJ losing, we laughed. It's what happens after. Everyone loses. Fuck Crawford, Ward, Mayweather. We're not talking to you. Everybody loses. It's cool. You lost this. It's fine. Muhammad Ali lost 5 fights, whatever it was. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone loses. It's cool. It's what happens next. It's what happens next. Do you know what I'm saying? Because man are losing a fight to an XO bully and then going to fight a tiger to prove something. Do you know what I'm saying? And there should be people
Facts.
around you that say, don't go and fight a tiger. Like if you were gonna go, if people knew or understood the dangers, they wouldn't in any if they took that same danger and put it into any other type of situation, they wouldn't let you do it.
Facts.
You
Facts,
couldn't
bro.
pay someone to let you fight a lion. They wouldn't let you do it. They wouldn't let you.
Literally. And anyone who's saying we're talking shit, name me one good reason why AJ should fight on. Name me one good reason. One
Or
thing that he can accomplish.
name me one top athlete in any other sport that people would be influencing to go and do the same. If Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, survived his helicopter crash, I think he was retired at the time. But if he
Yeah.
survived his helicopter crash and his two daughters passed away, who's putting pressure on him to go play basketball again? Who? Who's
Yeah.
telling him to go play basketball again? It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't
Facts.
happen. How? If Diogo Jota survived that car crash, who's telling him, yo, go play football again? Who? Who's telling him to do that? Who?
Yeah.
I see. I see.
And they're playing sport where you're not even risking your life.
This is what
They're
I'm saying.
playing sport.
I see man tell Eric Abidal to retire when he had cancer. He came back from cancer. It weren't no. It weren't that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And man
facts.
was like, "Are you sure you want to play again?" He played left back for Barcelona, like in a team sport, by the way, in a team sport, not an individual sport, a team sport. What are we talking about? There's no other sport, bro. There's no other sport where man will be telling you to go back in the ring and put. Do you know what I mean? Like it just
It's
wouldn't
certain,
happen. But I think
just
I
to
think
bring.
partly, bro, a lot of this is down to the fans. A lot of this is down to the
Yeah,
fans of the
facts.
sport. The majority of the fans, and we'll move on from this topic in a minute. The majority of the fans of the sport are casual fans. They don't understand the risk, and not only do they not understand the risk, they buy into too much narrative. Man, buy into it. Mike Tyson in his prime is just a random nigger on the roads. Mike Tyson could get laid out by any random, not any random nigga, but like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, create this image in their mind. They really buy into. I think boxing more than any other sport, they really buy into
This
the image,
immortality. The
the
immortality.
immortality image. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're not a real man if you're not gonna go in there and risk your life or this, that, and the fact. Like, bro, it's an image, bro. It's an image. These men are just random brothers that go to the gym and train to be a boxer. That's all it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to be that. You don't have to go and put your life on that.
Facts.
You don't have to do that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's, like you said, there's man pissing in the bag and all type of things from boxing. There's no need for that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
There's no
trust
need.
me. That people always ask me, oh, like, would you ever make your child box? I'm like, never, bro. not professionally. Never, bro.
I still
Never.
let I still let my son box, but
Professionally.
if he was good enough and he wanted to, yeah. It
Nah, I
depends on
would
so many
never do it,
factors.
bro.
Depends on so many factors.
It's the dirtiest sport ever, bro.
Mm,
Dirtiest sport, fam. It's nasty, fam. It's like asking me if I want my daughter to be an OnlyFans girl, bro. It's a
mm.
nasty sport, bro.
You
I
have
don't.
more. I would. Your daughter has more control over her life and her destiny doing OnlyFans than your son does being a professional boxer.
1,000,000%
It's
without a
not
shadow
close.
of a doubt. It's
Yeah.
not even close. It's
No.
not even close, bro.
No.
It's not even close. And guess what? If you lose, the media are gonna ridicule the same way. Sometimes
Yeah.
even worse, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's the game. But this, just my final word on Tyson Fury. You see with Tyson Fury, for me, if you're gonna come back and your comeback's real, you got a straightforward fight. Fabio Woodley went on Sky Sports. He said he will fight Tyson Fury. For me, fight Fabio Woodley. If you're real about your comeback, it's a title fight, right? Fight Fabio Woodley. Fight him. Because for me, the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't want to see, right. You're fighting AJ because he's vulnerable. Do you know what I'm saying? You weren't looking to fight AJ when he beat Ngannou. You didn't call out AJ after that. Do you know what I'm saying? You're looking to fight AJ now. Fight Wood, because I know it's a psychological thing with Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury was really on a comeback like when he came back and fought Wilder, then he's calling out anyone. He's looking for the fight. Now he's looking for a little piece of paper. He's trying to win back the narrative. Fight Woodley. That's what I'm saying. Fight Woodley. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I would say.
Should he be walking straight into a title fight if after being retired?
I'm not saying he should, but I'm saying if you're serious about your business, don't call out the vulnerable, man. Call out the best. He's not calling out
Yeah.
Usyk neither. That's what I'm saying. You're not. You're saying you're coming back, but you're calling out AJ. What kind of comeback is that? What kind of? That's like Floyd saying. That's not even Floyd. That's like Errol Spence saying he's gonna come back, and Errol Spence is saying he's coming back, but he's gonna be fighting people like Josh Kelly. There's no point in you coming back then, innit? What are you
Yeah.
coming back for?
Yeah.
Golovkin said he's coming back, but he's coming back to fight flipping
Alanga.
Hamza Belanga. What kind of comeback is this?
Yeah.
He ain't coming back then.
Yeah.
We didn't ask for that. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're only coming back for paper. And if you're only coming back for money, then you might as well fight in. Honestly, I don't care. I don't actually. For me, I don't want to see the AJ versus Fury fight anymore. I don't want to see it because
Yeah.
it's just not needed.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It's a no-win situation. It's a no-win situation, and I'm more of an AJ fan than a Tyson Fury fan. People might not think that from watching our channel and seeing how I've behaved towards AJ in the last few years. You know, I used to have my family over and pay for every pay-per-view of AJ's fights and all that kind of stuff. But I'm way more of an AJ supporter than a Tyson Fury supporter based on how he's conducted.
I just think you dislike AJ.
Tyson Fury's more me.
I mean, dislike Fury. You just dislike Fury.
But it's the way that people buy into the narrative. I got people that still tell me that he won one of the Usyk fights, but can't tell me which one he won. I've got people that don't know that when he went on his break of the
Mystery
sport,
mental
he went on his
breakdown.
mental breakdown. He was actually banned for drugs anyway. So I mean, it was a
Yeah.
forced. I mean, people don't know that. People don't know. People genuinely don't know these things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, AJ, he's been, you know, listen, at the end of the day, AJ is not perfect either. Do you know what I'm saying? If you ask most white, the reality is you ask most white men who their favorite heavyweight is in this country, they say Fury. If you ask most black men, they say AJ. It's as simple as that. Man, I find all types of different ways to dance around it and paint it in all types of different
It's
pictures.
black
But that's,
versus white,
do you
bro.
know what I mean? That's what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Long story less long. So, do you know what I'm saying? I support the Boer blood. Do you know what I'm saying? That he's from Grenada, in it. So,
I support neither of them, bro. I support myself. Yeah, I support myself, lad.
speaking of well-being in sport, this Saturday we are live. Again, we're on the road to 5K. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're live twice. This Saturday we're putting in the work on OnlyFacts Sports. Do you know what I'm saying? Live in New York, Dalton Smith versus Matias. Also Saturday night, Caballel, who's trying to, you know, keep his name hot and keep his name relevant in the heavyweight division. He's fighting as well in Germany. We'll be live for both of those fights. Dalton Smith versus Matias. The well-being in boxing again.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, yeah? And this is why I can't trust the WBC, bro. You know when Conor Ben used to say, oh, the WBC cleared me of my ban. So did they clear Matias, bro. Bro, nobody you know what I hate about people being cleared to fight? It doesn't mean that you don't have drugs in your system. It
Yeah,
just means the sanctioning bodies are allowing you to fight. What Conor Ben can't say is he never had drugs in his system. What he can say is he's cleared to fight. That's two different things. You know what I'm saying? That's two different things,
And
bro.
technically, if we're being technical, he was always cleared to fight. He was never banned. He was always cleared to fight, but he could just fight in a little man country. He could always go to
Literally,
Montenegro to fight. Like then nobody's banned. Everybody could have drugs in their system, and we could all go to Madagascar to fight. Like what are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying?
facts.
What are we talking about? Like you couldn't fight in the Dillian White. Dillian White was fighting in Portugal.
Yeah, legit.
What are we doing?
There's so much easy ways to circumnavigate these fights, but why it's bad is because with Matthias versus Staunton Smith, this is the New York State Athletic Commission, bro. Historically, one of the most strictest commissions in America, bro. They are extremely strict. So when I first heard this fight was taking place, I personally thought to myself, wait a minute, how is this happening?
Yeah,
The grounds is what they're saying is the percentage of how much drugs he had in his system wasn't enough to affect his performance.
yeah,
But for me, that's stupid. Because whenever I hear someone say that, is because I hear someone say that, I'm like, how can you even gauge that? You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? How can you gauge that? How do you gauge what's good enough to affect someone's performance? Because boxing is psychological. If I know I'm on drugs, I might just think I'm better. Do you know what I'm saying? I might just think I'm better. That affects me tenfold.
yeah,
Also, how much does that affect your opponent? Knowing that your opponent's on drugs, you may think, raw. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you gonna think psychologically? I hate when people say, "Oh, didn't have enough of effect on his performance." What are you talking about, bro? It's impossible for you to. It's better you say they didn't know that they had drugs in their system, and neither fighter knew. And then you say after the fact, you can't go into the fight saying, "Raw, my man had drugs in the system, but it wasn't enough to affect his performance." What are you talking about, bro? I'm about to fight him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that, this is stupid. But why does it get to continue? Because it's a WBC world title fight. I really want. I can't believe I'm saying this because I normally don't back British fighters, but I really want Dalton Smith to win. You don't understand how much I want Dalton Smith to win this fight, bro. Because for me, one, obviously it's another British world champion, but two, bro, for me, this is disgusting, fam. This is
Mm.
disgusting. I know Eddie Hearn's vocalized it,
But
and
do you know what it is
in
though? It's a catch 22. Because if Dalton Smith wins, then people use that going forwards of it don't even matter that he had a little bit of drugs in his system because Dalton Smith
look
still
what Dalton
won.
Smith
Because
done.
Dalton Smith
Yeah,
still look what Dalton Smith done. So I don't know what's what. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying I want
yeah.
Dalton Smith to go and die in the ring. I'm not saying that, but it's like that's what we're waiting for before people wake up and say
You're right.
something.
You're right. Because guess what? No, and I don't want Dalton Smith to die in the ring. But let's say another situation happens and someone does die in the ring. I bet you that'll be the last time that ever happens in boxing. It might not be because it's flipping boxing. Bro, they might have
It won't.
it
It
happens every week.
categorically won't be. It won't be. It won't be because as soon as somebody makes enough money, right now, if AJ and Fury and that are gone, and let's even say Wardley and Usyk and that are gone, and there was like a Mike Tyson or someone of that type of profile or Atoma or like not even Atoma, like Franklin or someone like that, Makhmadov, bro, they're letting man like Mike Tyson walk in on roids
It,
to fight Makhmadov
it
to
leads
sell a
me to
fight.
ask this question, though, Nick. And we're 38 minutes and 12 seconds in, and I'm mentioning Devin
And
Haney's name.
when you said I don't want Dalton Smith to die in the ring, but I'm going to bring up another scenario. I was waiting for this. I thought this was what you were
Yeah.
going to bring up before.
But with New York State Athletic Commission, I wonder even if Ryan Garcia popped before the fight and they found out before the fight, I wonder if they would have let that fight continue as well, because that's generating more money than this. I
Almost
wonder if they would
certainly.
have let that fight continue. You gotta
Almost
ask these
certainly.
questions now. You gotta
It's
ask
not.
these
We ain't
questions.
got to ask. It looks like to me like the New York State Athletic Commission is in the pocket of the WBC. If they're becoming Teflon, and the thing is, the WBC, nobody wants Zaffa Boxing coming in and doing anything, or nobody wants all this kind of stuff. But the WBC don't have a great relationship with Ring and all the rest. Bro, you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to.
At levels, you're actually strengthening.
You're
You're
strengthening the net. You're
strengthening
strengthening
the
them because you're not doing your job properly. You're not doing your
facts.
job properly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You're not doing your job properly. Like
If
this is
I'm
what
Dana White,
stuff
I'm
like
like, how
this.
am I? If I'm Dana White, I'm saying, how are WBC allowing this fight to continue? If I'm Dana White, that's what I'll be asking. This is the questions I'll be asking.
People,
Bro,
the average person, boxing is all about storyline and narrative. The average person walking down the street don't follow boxing, but they know who Mike Tyson is, they know who Anthony Joshua is, they might even know who Tommy Fury is more than they know who I don't know, George Groves is because Tommy Fury was in Love Island. Do you know what I'm saying? George Groves went in Love Island. You'd have to be a boxing fan to know who George Groves is. Like, it's all about that. If you can start to create a better storyline in your brand than boxing, then that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who's considered boring? Like, if Zaffa Boxing had Jaya Pattaya, right, and traditional boxing had Bivol, Jaya Pattaya's highlight reel will look better than Bibble's to people that don't know boxing. Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's how things start to break. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, no one's following the rules. No one follows the rules for boxing. No one's following
Facts.
the rules, bro. Do you know what I'm
I,
saying?
I,
So
for me, like Dalton Smith, obviously we rally behind this dude because obviously for all the shit that we talk about British boxing, he is actually a really good fighter.
all the shit you talk about British boxing.
Yeah, facts. All the shit I talk about British boxing, he actually is a really good fighter. He's fighting for a world title deservedly as well. And the 140-pound division is stacked. So if he does win, there are so many fights out there that are there for him. You know, you think about him potentially fighting someone like the winner of Shakur or Teo, or potentially someone like Gary Antoine Russell, Keyshawn Davis, who did you watch the fight the other day? Martin. There's so many fights out there. There's so many fights out there that
140 is absolutely stacked.
so stacked. It's so stacked. There's so many guys coming up from 135. Obviously, Adam
This
Azim
is
is
what
still
makes
there.
this Matthias thing so weird. Matthias is not even necessarily a big name at
No, he's not.
140. It's
He's
not
not.
even like it's Ryan Garcia who, like, you know, he generates so much money you might have to make an allowance for him. Like, what's if you're if again, sorry to keep going on about this drugs thing. If you are allowing this for Matthias, what does that tell the other 140s?
Facts.
If I'm a bigger name, if I'm Ryan Garcia already popped dirty, but if I'm Ryan Garcia and this is Matthias, you're telling me I can definitely get away with it.
Yeah. Why would I think otherwise?
Why would I think
Why why
otherwise?
why would I think otherwise? Um, how
Can
do I rate?
let's talk about the actual fight. Can Dalton Smith win?
100%. Liam Parrell beat Matthias, and he almost showed the blueprint of what you have to do. The issue is the blueprint that Liam Parrell used, and obviously we saw what Richardson Hitchinson done to Liam Parrell after that. But the blueprint that Liam Parrell used, I don't think Dalton Smith can do. I just don't think that like his dimensions and his boxing style is the same.
Yeah,
But it's a guy who we do know can lose. You know what I'm saying? We know he
yeah.
can lose and he's not invincible. So I feel like he definitely has a chance. He definitely has a chance of winning. Matthias looked really good in his last fight against
Well,
what's that? Puyo. We were live for that fight as well. He
yeah,
looked really
yeah.
good in his last fight against
But was he
Puyo.
clean?
He lost to Parrow and then fought and then looked amazing. He looked shit against Parrow, but then looked amazing against Puyo. You have to ask yourself, bruv, was he on something? You know what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself, how good is Matthias? Because we now know he's gonna go into this fight with apparently not enough performance enhancing drugs to make a difference. So I don't even know what that means. Genuinely, I don't even know what that means, bro. You know when Ryan,
Who makes that determination?
do you know what I'm saying? You know when
We've
Ryan
we've
Garcia,
already we already believe that a lot of fighters cycle on and cycle off. So the fact that there's any adverse finding tells you that there's a higher chance of someone, even if someone's completely clean, they could have cycled off.
yeah,
But
fact.
but
You look at Ryan Garcia, he looked like shit against flipping Rolly. Like absolute shit. But we know he was 100% clean. Do you know what I'm saying? We know Matthias has something in his system, or throughout the camp, he's had something in his system. It's just
boxing,
not enough to affect the performance.
again, it's the narrative. Like, boxing is not necessarily who's the better boxer. Boxing is who turned up and won the fight. I could be a better boxer than you, but maybe I've got a headache. Maybe I do. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe I've got an elbow injury. Maybe I do. Maybe I'm not feeling the best. Maybe I've got a niggle with my knee. But that don't mean that I can take clenbuterol or whatever the case
Yeah,
may be. Do you know
whatever.
what I'm saying? And if you beat me on the night, you beat me on the night. Do you know what I'm saying? Arsenal's going to play Liverpool tomorrow. Maybe we're just not at our best. There's an illness in the camp. It don't matter. That's the sport. That's the sport. The sport is not necessarily who's better. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just who, people manage their boxing careers a certain way. They pick fights at the strategic times. Everyone's done it. Floyd's done it. Crawford's done it. Usyk's doing it right now. Usyk's about to fight Wilder. Everyone does it. Do you know what I'm saying? But you cannot. There still has to be certain levels of safeguards. Do you know what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
We
Who?
see Galal Yafai. Do you mean fight my man? Was it Martinez or something he fought?
Yeah,
And
Martinez.
the
Martinez.
guy was just relentless, 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 and that's the kind of thing where your fight can have years taken off of his life because he was just holding corn and he wasn't getting knocked out necessarily. He was just holding a battering from a smaller guy, and it was like, bro, it can just change your whole worldview. Like, I don't understand how this guy could be this small and have this high punch output. But luckily, in that situation, we could see it. People said, "Hold on a minute, this don't look right. This don't
Facts.
look right. Let's check it." Do you know what I'm saying? But if you're somebody that's not so great, or it's only a small amount or whatever, bro,
What
that's the
was it?
difference.
Was it? What was it? Povetkin's last 12 fights or something. He got found out
Povetkin's
something, and
last
they
10
keep him.
years. It's his last 10 years, bro.
Literally.
It's Povetkin's last 10 years. We, as the British public, don't know Povetkin not on drugs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's his whole last 10 years. When did he fight Dillian White? 2016?
I think after that.
Oh, it was COVID.
Yeah,
2020.
COVID.
Yeah,
2020.
yeah. So, do you know what I mean? It's his whole last 10 years, Povetkin. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Like, he's robbed opportunities of other people that are more deserving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
What
man.
is what it is. But yeah,
I'm
hopefully
gonna.
Dalton
If you
Smith can
ask
win.
me the decision, what I think's gonna happen, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Dalton Smith by decision. I don't. Honestly, my head doesn't tell me that. My head tells me Matthias by decision, but I'm gonna go Dalton Smith by decision.
I think it could be. I think it could be Matthias by a split decision. It's ugly. Matthias, I think Matthias doesn't look the best in the second half of fights. I feel like. If I'm
And
trying to
it's
pick
so
any holes,
difficult to gauge because everything I've seen of Matthias, I have to ask, was he clean? I genuinely have to ask, was he clean? Because his last fight, he looked so good. I was like, yeah, this guy's back. This guy's back. He learned from that Poro fight. But then, I don't know, bro. It's tough. I'm gonna just hope Dalton Smith by decision, but my head tells me Matthias by decision.
unfortunately, my head is leaning towards Matthias split decision. I think that Smith
I'm not
can.
even gonna lie. There's part of me that might even see Matthias. I don't. Dalton Smith's got good punch resilience, but there's part of me that could even see Matthias drop and hurt Dalton Smith at times in his fight as well. Matthias can crack, bro.
Yeah, he's been dropped though.
Who?
Matthias.
Yeah, I know Matthias has. I don't think Dalton Smith has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been dropped, so Matthias can crack, but he's been dropped. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but
So
yeah, I think if they're both punching, I think Matthias cracks harder than Dalton
yeah,
Smith. But
that's
Dalton Smith
that's
probably
that's
has better. Dalton Smith has better punch resilience still.
that's
So
that's true. That's true. We're going to be live for that. Make sure that you're locked in for that. Ajit Caballero as well. We're going to be live for that fight as well on the same night as well. Man, I got to delve into that one too much. He's fighting Niebuhr in Germany.
never heard of
Never,
that guy.
never heard of Niebuhr. If I'm totally honest with you, man, ain't going to cap. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's talk about the mighty Red Devils. Let's talk about the
I
mighty
didn't even
Red
get to
Devils.
talk to you about the Amorim thing. Still, I wasn't on the live.
Amorim's gone. It's actually, you know what? I was surprised how much it split the fan base. I had way more United fans than I expected messaging me saying like this is ridiculous. Like he shouldn't be
My cousin
sacked.
was telling me it's because of the press conference he done, innit?
It's definitely because of the press conference. Did you see it?
Yeah, but I just thought I've seen. Obviously, you remember the famous Conte press conference. You remember the famous Jose press conference. Yeah, like there's certain people that say things and they just get fired the next morning. Um, I don't know. I personally felt like it's cutting off your nose to spite your face
Yes, I would agree.
because I genuinely felt like right now I didn't want Amarin in the first place, but I just genuinely felt like we could have got rid of him at after Grimsby.
This is why we know it's the press conference. You didn't fire him when you came 15th. You didn't fire him again
After
when
Europa
you
League
when
final.
you lost the Europa League final and a really bad performance as well. Not even like a well fought performance, an awful performance. You didn't fire him when you lost to Grimsby and you're out of the cup. It don't make sense to me. It had to be because he's called out of the board. And what I don't like about it, where I think Man United fans fail, is Man United fans are mostly grown up winning everything for the most part. If you're older than say 28, or winning regularly, yeah. And I asked everyone when he got appointed, how long are you giving this manager? They all said 3 years. I've asked them when it was Mourinho. I asked them for every manager. They always say 3 years, and they never, they never give the manager the 3 years. My only argument for Amorim, and he was fucking shit, but my only argument is in year one, he finishes 15th, like Arteta finished 8th. He finished 15th, but then he gets you back to where you were points wise. You're roughly 3 points away from top four. That's the same place that you were when he took over. But the structure was a lot better in terms of some of the dead wood was gone, the type of signings that they're bringing in. You were starting to move in the right direction. So I feel like had he been given enough time and another transfer window, he could have continued that trajectory.
I heard that. I 100% heard that. And that's why I wouldn't have fired him when I fired him. Because for me, the trajectory don't make sense, bro. The trajectory don't make sense. You've been through the worst, bro. Do you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
The
Like
worst part is done. The worst, most horrible part is done.
your gal is with next man. She's cheated on you.
The videos are going about.
It's viral.
Yeah.
You stuck with her through that. There's
Man's wood was bigger than yours. All of that kind of stuff.
everything. But you leave her because of something. She didn't make you dinner, bro.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
has to
yeah.
make sense, bro.
Yeah, that makes
This
sense.
has
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make sense.
yeah. You've been through the worst, and for me, now we're going backwards. You previously before sacked a Dutch manager in Louis van Gaal, got in Mourinho, who was meant to be a safer pair of hands, and then sacked Mourinho to bring in Ollie as a caretaker. You have now sacked a Dutch manager in Ten Hag, brought in Ruben Amorim, who's meant to be a safe pair of hands, and have sacked him to bring in Ollie again as a
I
caretaker.
don't think Ruben. I don't think Ruben Amorim was supposed to be a safe pair of hands.
Okay, fine. But the point is, it's gone Dutch, Portuguese, Ollie, Dutch, Portuguese, Ollie again. You're in a cycle. You man are in a cycle, bro. Have you did
No,
like?
I think this is. I think this is different. I think this
No,
is
you
different.
man. I've heard you man say this so many times. I've heard you
No,
man
let me
say,
tell you
bro.
why.
You man,
Because
Man United
no,
fans,
no,
Man
no. I'll tell
United,
you why.
Man
I'll
United
tell you why.
fans. Do you know who you sound? Do you know who you sound like? Do you know who you sound like? You sound like Tank's baby mum. Because it's always going to be different this time.
No,
It's
no, no, no,
always
no,
going
no,
to be
no,
different
no.
this time.
Let me tell you why.
I'm closing my window because it's
When we
chapping. But go
hired,
on, go on.
what did you say?
I'm closing my window because it's cold.
When we signed, when we hired, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
Yeah.
Mourinho had lost the dressing room, bro. He had lost the dressing room. That guy had lost the dressing room, bro. This guy was calling out everyone. He had lost the dressing room. Ollie was just there for good vibes to get people back on board. I don't think Amorim lost the dressing room. In fact, I actually think Amorim had a lot of these guys on his side because a lot of them he brought to the club and a lot of them
Mhm,
are Portuguese. So he'll had, other than Kobe, a lot of these guys are on his side.
mhm.
I think the difference with this time is I genuinely feel like they did not have anyone to hire. So they thought, you know what? Let me bring in someone who we know is at least gonna maintain the dressing room. Because what you don't want is come the summer when we actually hire someone, we also then have to lose a lot of players at the same time. Because what we can say is the players that we do have, there's a lot of players in this team who we definitely want to keep, who we definitely can build off. You don't want them to lose love for the badge in the next 6-7 months. So you're gonna bring someone who's gonna make them feel comfortable and want to stay. That's what my thinking was. Because I feel like
That does make sense. Ollie will
because
bring
I
like
feel like
people laugh.
one
People
second.
go on, go on.
I feel like the players didn't agree with the club when they fired Amorim. So you
Yeah.
need someone to keep the players on board because I feel like a lot of players will down tools naturally because Amorim's leaving. Because a lot of these men, I'm not even gonna cap, a lot of these men are here only because of Amorim in the first place.
Yeah.
So they almost look at Amorim with a level of gratitude and grace. So for them, they didn't want Amorim to leave. They didn't want Amorim to leave.
People make jokes about like Ollie's the vibes guy, but in a dressing room, good vibes and positive energy can count for a lot. It can, especially in a team like United where tactically the midfield is shit, but like the whole when everyone's fit and stuff, it's not a shit team. There's talent in the team, and good vibes could be the difference between that making that extra 1 yard, making that last tackle, making that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that could get you guys top six, and for me, maybe even top four. Rance wants top four this season. I think top four this season is probably a step too far.
I think it's gonna be tough. I think if we had won the last two games, because obviously Chelsea had dropped points. If we had won the last two games where we dropped points against West Ham and Leeds and that, if we had won those games, I would have said, you know what, we would have been in a really good position for top four because I genuinely feel like Chelsea's in a mess as well. But I feel like I don't know what Ollie's gonna do. If Ollie gets that new good, remember when he first came, when they kept him because of he had that good vibes thing. If he does that, we can get top four because he's just gonna do it. Just you know them way there just to get the vibes going. Because as you said, there's players in that. Bro, we shouldn't be drawing to flipping Leeds, bro. We shouldn't be drawing to West Ham. We got good players in that team. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I just genuinely feel like we got to use this next 6 months to find a good manager, bro. Because for me, when I mean a good manager, I mean next season we got to be guaranteed top four. Not even
Pause.
challenging top four. Guaranteed top four.
Pause right there. Who do you want? I did the live with Lex. Lex was just fuming about the board, and I do think there's a big issue with the board because you man need midfielders, and all Ruben said is, "I would need midfielders." The board has made it clear that no one's coming in to manage. You're only coming in to be a coach, and at a big club, that's not really what people kind of have the
Bro,
dream
we
of
knew that
doing.
was
But
gonna
if
happen when Ragnick, when what's his name, when Sir
yeah,
Jim Ratcliffe came
we
in,
did,
because
we knew that was
he
going to
was
happen.
controlling everything. This guy's controlling everything. My man's moving like a flipping a colonizer, bro. This is my land, and I ain't telling you what's happening. You're just
Yeah,
following instructions. So with that in mind, I'm hearing bare people say big names. I'm like, bro, none of them big names are gonna work with Ragnick, so it's pointless. None of them big names is gonna
with Jim Ratcliffe. You mean?
to Ratcliffe, sorry, not I'll
Yeah,
say Ragnick. Ratcliffe. None of them gonna work with Ratcliffe. So for me, I don't know where this guy is right now. I don't know where
yeah.
he is right now. But the person who I thought of that I would want is Pochettino.
I don't think he's working right now. Am I? No, he's
I
with
don't know where
America.
he
No,
is, but the
I feel
reason what
like
the reason
Argentina. No, no, I'm chatting shit. Where's he working right now? Yes, he's with the American national team. Yeah, it is
so
America. Yeah,
so
after the World Cup.
after the World Cup that's in America, and I don't know how he does, that's who I'd go and get. You wanna know why I'd try and go get Pochettino? Because he's proven to me that he can be successful when he doesn't have control of the club. He's proven to me that. Whenever he's been given control at like PSG and Chelsea, it flopped. But when he was at Spurs, where Levy ran everything, he can just work on being with a team. That's a man that I know he can do that job. That's what I would. That's who I don't put. And he's got Premier League experience. That's the only logic I was thinking. Because what other good manager is gonna come there just to be a coach? What other manager is gonna do that? No manager is gonna do that, bro. There's no manager that's gonna take instructions for 3 windows straight. Levy dictated who was bought, who was signed. He said they couldn't sign no one for 1 whole year because they built a stadium, and he still managed to maintain a team. That's pretty much what Ratcliffe's gonna do. He's gonna tell him who he can and can't get, what you're gonna do, how you're gonna
Mhm.
play. He's gonna tell him everything. So you're gonna need someone who's gonna just pretty much be a coach, and that's why I'd get Poch. After the World Cup, I'll get Poch.
What about people saying names like Oliver Glasner from Crystal
Nope, I
Palace?
wouldn't get
No.
Glasner. Wouldn't get Glasner.
What about De Zerbi, who's currently at Marseille with
Wouldn't
Aubameyang
get
and Greenwood?
De Zerbi. De Zerbi's the worst person, but De Zerbi's getting fired in the first season. When De Zerbi don't get the plays that he's want, he's gonna do a Conte.
You can't have an Italian, that's for sure. You
Man,
can't have an
how you
Italian.
gonna have someone who straight away is gonna fight with Ratcliffe? Right? You need someone who's gonna say when Ratcliffe says jump, they say how high. That's what you're gonna need because anybody else, we could be top of the league, fam, and De Zerbi says something mad, and De Zerbi gets sacked the next day. This is the man that this is the man that was firing. He fired one
This
bag
is a
of
man.
staff, you
This is a
know.
man that's assembled Prison FC at Marseille. Don't forget who. Do you know what I mean this brother's a tyrant, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Bro, but
he's gonna sign Tank Davis to play striker and that. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's honestly like this brother. If you ain't got a criminal record, yeah, he's the first employer to do a CRB check to check if your record's clean. If your record's clean, he ain't signing you.
yeah,
He only
facts.
signs
But I'm
criminals,
saying
blood.
Ratcliffe. What didn't Ratcliffe fire like 100 man when he first came, bro? He didn't even care if
He
you're
fired
doing.
all your kitchen staff.
He didn't even care if you're doing a good job or a bad job. You're fired. Man was just firing man for free, fam. Man was like Alan Sugar. So, bro, for me, you need a man that's gonna say how high when you tell them to jump. And I would get Poch. Especially, I know Poch is gonna be free because Poch is only at the USA job because the World Cup's in the USA. It's a big job. So after that, he's gonna be one. He's not gonna stay in international
Yeah, but
management.
then it would then be 4 years for another
Yeah, so
big
you might as well
tournament. You know?
stay, and you're not gonna get as big of a platform because it's in the USA. Do you know what I'm saying? And you're managing the USA. So for me, I get Poch, bro. I get
I haven't
Poch.
heard anyone mention Poch. To be fair, I haven't. I think that's based on what you're saying, just someone that's willing to come in and coach, but has showed that experience that they can do that head coach role and work with a very difficult
Owner
board.
and board.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it
what. That
looks
was
like
my logic. That was my logic.
it looks like that's the way that we're going in modern football. Do you know what I'm saying? Speaking of managers to just come in and just be a yes man, bro. We spoke about needing more black managers. We've got one. We've got
Fam,
one,
I don't care what no one says. Chelsea watched that video, bro. Chelsea watched that video. Chelsea watched that video, bro. Chelsea watched
bro,
that video.
we've got one. You know what I'm saying? We've got a new black manager in the Prem, but I don't know that this is going to be a good. I just see Wilfred Nancy get sacked from Celtic, and I don't know if Liam Rossini is going to be a good advocate for black managers, bro. He's on a six
Fam.
year contract until 2032. Do you know the story?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's come from
Because they got
he's
similar owners. They got the same owners, I
they got
like.
the yeah, it's come from the sister club at Strasbourg. So they've just plucked. They've put Gary O'Neill into Strasbourg and they've just plucked Liam Rossini out of Strasbourg. He's on a 6 year
That man are
contract.
moving like it's NBA, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
NBA.
bro.
Yeah, it's like a
Chelsea,
franchise, bro.
Maresca did the same thing that that your guy did because Maresca was apparently getting pressure from the board to play. But remember, AT used to be in the stream. We don't do football streams, but AT and some of these Chelsea man used to be in the stream saying, "Bro, Esteval's balling out. Why is this guy starting Gittins? Why is he starting Gittins every week?" The board were telling Maresca who he has to play.
Yeah.
The board were telling him who
I'm
he
not
has to
surprised
play.
by that. I'm not
So
surprised by that at all.
how much can you, because they're doing asset stripping. They're like trying to bolster.
But that's why I know why they brought in because um the guy that they just brought in, yeah, bro, he's just gonna be a yes man, bro. Them man brought in Steven. They just brought in Steven, fam.
Yeah,
This
they
is
brought
a
in a
yes master black
highly
man, fam.
paid house Negro.
Yeah,
Hundred
fam, he's a
percent.
yes master black man, bro.
Yeah.
And Chelsea got bare black man in their squad as well. So he's just controlling the field niggas, bro.
This is the
That's what
thing,
he's
bro.
there
These
for, bro.
Chelsea fans keep telling me we can't be racist because we've got bare black players. I'm like, bro, you man are just a fancy plantation, cuz. Do you
Literally,
know what I'm
fam.
saying? That's it.
Literally, fam. You got
That's
man them
it, bro.
picking cotton for you, bro. And
A
you,
hundred
bro,
percent.
this is the greatest thing ever,
They ain't
bro.
even
This
picking
is the
cotton. These man think they're rich. These man think they're not racist because they got black man picking cobalt. Because it's not cotton no
literally,
more and it's cobalt now. They think that it's like something special. Like these man are ridiculous, bro. Big
and they
man
just
thing.
and they finalized it with the house Negro. Do you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
finalized it with the house Negro, bro. This when you sorry, I'm lying. I'm lying. We're finishing above Chelsea. We're finishing above Chelsea. There's no way Chelsea finish above us now. I swear to God. With Oli, I don't care if it's Oli. Bro, there's no way they finish above us. There's no way. Liverpool will. Liverpool will definitely finish above us now, but they ain't finish above us. The top four will be City or Arsenal, Arsenal City. I'm gonna say Arsenal, City, Villa, Liverpool, United. We'll
So
finish
fifth.
fifth. We're gonna finish above Chelsea, bro. There's no way. There's no way Chelsea are for the bro. They're worse shit than us, fam.
The thing is, though, they've given him a 6 year contract, yeah. And I'm like, bro, if you're the board, yeah, how do you sack a manager for bad results when you've told him what to do? How do you sack him? How do you sack him, bro? You can't tell him to play a player somewhere, then he plays the player, and then you sack
No,
him
but
because he played
they
that player.
sacked him because of his bet, because of how like vocally
No, I know.
against.
I'm not talking about Maresca. I'm talking about Rafinha.
They didn't fire him.
No, but I'm saying in the future, how are you ever going to
Oh,
be
yeah,
able?
yeah.
How are you
Facts.
going to be able to
Yeah.
hold this man accountable when you're telling him what to do? And then if it don't bang, what are you gonna do then? Then what are you gonna? If it don't, it could be a downward spiral, bro. If it don't bang, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's mad, bro.
It don't make sense.
These clubs are self-sabotaging, fam. It's mad. But it is what is it? I have no sympathy for Chelsea because Chelsea called this on themselves. Firstly, Maresca's a madman. Maresca was already a madman already. So I don't even know why
Yeah,
you would hire Maresca in the first place. This is the same thing when they
he won
hired
the Club World Cup.
Fairs. He did win them something, but he's a madman, innit? Like, this guy's genuinely a madman. Like,
Yeah,
right now, if United go out and sign flipping Conte, what are you doing? Or Allegri? You know what these men are on already, fam. Or
yeah.
flipping, Simeone? These men ain't listening to you, bro. They're going to do what they want. So there's no point hiring them. You know what I'm saying? Nick, you want a faithful wife. You're not gonna go get a girl that you know that's cheated on Bear, man. It's an
No,
idiot thing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
If you
yeah.
want in control, why hire Maresca? Why hire him? Now they got my man, this light skinned brother who used to play for Brighton. What's his name again? He used to
Liam
play for
Rosenior.
Brighton. Rafinha. Now they got that brother. Bro, that guy is just a fam. This is gonna be mad. Chelsea can't finish top four, bro. Todd Bowley is now the manager of Chelsea.
He's been the manager of Chelsea. Todd Bowley won you by the world. He might as well have scored the penalty to win the cup. Do you know what I'm
Trust me.
saying? He's gonna end up subbing himself on and stuff, bro. It's actually mad, bro. It's actually
Yeah, fam.
crazy what I'm
That's
seeing
why
over
these
there.
man. That's why on a big and serious level, yeah, you can't let, bro. You can't give these man too much power, fam. Like, if you know what I mean, you can't give them these man these man that type of power. Because when they get power, fam, them man go mad. Ratcliffe and Todd Bowley, them man are the same people.
Same,
Do you know what
same,
I'm saying?
same, but different. 100%.
I'm saying they're the same. Like, the Arab
Yeah.
man ain't too. They're bad, but they ain't as bad as this, fam. The Arab man just want to collect their paper. They're not gonna be as dictating. But it's in these man's blood to tell you what to do, fam. As long as you got one of these type of people as your owner, just know you're gonna be in. They're gonna tell you what you can and can't do.
Levy
Because
was the same.
huh?
Levy was the
Levy
same.
was, bro. Levy's even worse because
Yeah,
Levy was one of them, man. He was one of
he is one of them.
so,
And
so
like who else? I had something in my mind
but if
that's
you
gone.
deep it though, even your manager, even your owner, there was a stage where he was on a mad thing as well, but where he was moving mad.
Never,
Because
never like these lot. Never like
no,
these
I
lot.
never like these, man, because I think he's a bit mixed. Cronky's not fully.
He
He's
is, but Joy is a Cronky. Cronky is it's a family thing, isn't it? So like his son is more involved now. Josh
seen. So
with
it's like alright, seen.
it's a bit
Whereas
younger, in
Ratcliffe
it.
is
It's
just
not like
straight
it's not them
Ratcliffe, innit?
old. Like Ratcliffe looks like he's gonna drop dead any minute now. Any minute now, it looks
And
like
he's just holding on.
he's
Just
holding on
holding
for
on.
he's holding on
Bro,
bitter, blood. It's just vexed.
Ratcliffe literally looks like he's one of them man that was like saw his dad on a plantation. So did Todd
Yeah.
Bowley. They
Oh yeah,
both
for sure.
them man are they only know being superior. That's all they know. That's all
100%.
they know. So
100%.
you can't give them man power, fam.
It's a
They,
straight dictator thing, bro. It's a straight dictator thing with them,
trust
man,
me,
bro.
fam.
You know
Them
what I'm
man ain't
saying?
doing no democracy, fam.
But listen, we'll wrap that there. Like I said, OnlyFacts Sports Podcast wrapped, episode 39. We're going to try and deliver an episode every single week,
Regardless whether it's on a
regardless.
Bandulu Wi-Fi, we're gonna do it, innit? This year, the
Shane's
aim
out in
is
the field.
52 podcasts.
Shane's out in the field. We're trying to bring you more football content as well. Right now, Arsenal, not Arsenal, Man United has just kicked off against Burnley with the interim manager Darren Fletcher. You man need to just allow Sir Alex to retire, because I swear down, Sir Alex is just like a ghost, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? He's just like nearly headless Nick at Hogwarts, blood, because Darren Fletcher said that he called Sir Alex when he retired, when they called him to see, like, to get his blessing to take the job. I'm like, brother. What you do? Just allow it,
Is
bro. Just
Alex Ferguson even employed by United anymore, bro?
no, he's not, bro. He's
And
just
levels, let's keep it real. If Alex Ferguson told Fletcher, "Oh, don't do it," he's still gonna end up doing it, bro. Darren Fletcher ain't gonna manage no bigger club than United.
he might not, bro. These man suck off Sir Alex, but I think Joy is Darren Fletcher said he said since I've been at United and since I've left United, even in my personal life, I don't make big decisions about talking to Sir Alex.
No, but remember he was called Sir Alex Ferguson's son. Cause he used to
I
go
know, because
around there
I
for
know,
dinner
I
and
know.
that. They're
But I'm
both
just saying,
Scottish,
like,
innit?
man are saying, like, you know what I mean. Before he beats his gal, he calls Sir Alex to say, "Should I put on a condom or not tonight?" Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
he's just
facts, bro.
man said, "I don't make no
Bro,
big decision," but I'm like, bro, on a level,
bro, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if
your
there was
club
ever a
can't move
foul,
forwards. Your club can't move forwards without like when he drops dead, touch wood, yeah, your club can then move forwards because you man ain't even started. It's been 10 years and man ain't finished grieving yet. Like man needs to just move
10
on,
years.
blood.
It's been 13 years,
It's been
bro.
13 years, bro, and man is still chatting about that, bro. That's not, bro. Bro, man, I gotta move on, cuz. Do you know what I'm
Trust me.
saying? But yeah, we're
Your
gonna be
girl has
live.
left you, bro. Stop singing Ray J, fam. Stop singing Ray J,
I'm
bro.
gonna be live for Arsenal Thursday night or Thursday evening. Sorry, so make sure that you lock in for the Arsenal and Liverpool game. Big game. And then we're gonna be live twice on Saturday for Smith versus Matthias. And yo, let's hit a Ray J One Wish R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's man doing, bro?
I'm
What's
hot in there, bro. It's
man's
flipping
on
hot, bro.
mind games, yeah, bro. It's been an hour and 10 minutes, and now I'm wrapping up. You're taking your clothes off. Like, what's good, bro?
Why for
Just
them
cool.
things there,
What's
bro?
what
You
you're
mad?
doing, bro? Everyone can see.
Come and
Don't
wrap
worry.
up this blood-stained show, bro.
We're gonna be live on Saturday as well for the boxing, so make sure that you're there. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Road to 5K. You already know what it is. Peace and love every time. Love.